Welcome back. South Africa has secured billions in funding to transition away from coal. World leaders are gathering in the UK for COP26 climate summit. Countries have been asked to accelerate action and commit to cutting carbon emissions. Our senior reporter Siphamandla Goge is there. He joins us now live. Siphamandla, I'm going to ask you a two-part question here because we're in stage 4 load shedding and you caught up with Eskom CEO Andre de Ruyter. What's he saying about load shedding quickly, and then tell us what he's doing there?
Same old. He says load shedding is essential in order to ensure that the lights are kept on in South Africa. Eskom regrets that you are on stage 4 in South Africa. I asked him that, well, you are in Glasgow enjoying the lights, but back home it's dark. He says, unfortunately, they have to deal with that to ensure that they undertake their maintenance and they avoid load shedding in the future. He says he is also disappointed that it progressed so quickly from stage 2 to stage 4. I asked him what has caused the latest round of installments of load shedding. Of course, he says Eskom has issued a statement, but the issue earlier on had to do with the conveyor belt. They have dealt with that. He says it's been fixed now, but he did not answer my question when I asked him how long will South Africans endure load shedding, how many more months or years. He was non-committal in that, except to say they are dealing with the matter. Now, he is here as part of the South African delegation. Of course, he heads one of the strategic entities and power utilities, not only in the country, in the continent and in the world. Eskom is the backbone of the country's economy. Never mind that they've been collapsing it of late with load shedding. Of course, it has affected investor confidence. So Andre de Ruyter is here as part of the delegation that is negotiating with other stakeholders and potential funders and investors from other parts of the globe here. So it's not surprising that he's here. Previous Eskom CEOs have attended the United Nations climate change conferences over the years. So he is here to network, to engage and to try and pin down some of the deals. But also, interestingly, Eskom is at the center of the country's just transition. His power plants, most of them coal-fired power plants, are going to be affected by this just transition. Going to green or clean energy simply means that phasing out coal. And we know that recently South Africa has undertaken 2 major projects of Medupi and Kusile coal-fired power plants. Well, in the next 15 to 25 years, as the country has signed up for international commitments to make its contribution when it comes to fighting climate change and fossil fuels, the future of those power plants, whether in Mpumalanga and others, hangs in the balance. So Eskom CEO was here basically to see how these talks are progressing and also to make his contribution when he networks and interacts with his counterparts and other stakeholders. Let's take a listen to him, commenting about COP26, but also this just transition in South Africa.
This is not a sudden switch on, switch off. There will be a gradual move away from coal to low and no carbon electricity generation technologies. And for a very long period of time, at least 15 years and longer, South Africa will remain a very large consumer of coal. We have one of the most carbon intensive economies in the world. Our carbon footprint per capita is 25% higher than that of China and double the global average. So we are significantly more carbon intensive than our peers around the globe.
Sipa, very quickly, let's talk about the 130 billion that we're actually going to get from many countries in Europe to try to move away from coal-powered stations. What are the terms? Do we know yet?
Not yet. That commitment was made by world leaders. So what is happening here in Glasgow in Scotland is that you had world leaders, heads of states who have come here together last week. They have since left. Now the real conference is underway whereby negotiators and observers are busy negotiating. So there are no terms and conditions for now. That huge commitment was made is a positive development in a sense that developing countries have been calling on the developed world to fund their just transitions. If you're going to say to developing countries, dump your coal, which are helping you, by the way, or which is helping you in dealing with your economic growth and development, and embrace this just transition now to clean renewable energy. Of course, many countries don't have finance to do that. You need the infrastructure, the network, network and the money to undertake this just transition. So this commitment by powerful nations should be welcome. It's a positive development. However, some people within South Africa are questioning the motives. However, I can tell you that now it simply means negotiators have to sit down and talk about terms and conditions. What will happen now moving forward? Up until those terms and conditions are finalized, this one remains just a commitment for now.
Yeah. All right. So, Siphamandla, before we let you go, I know you're all the way in the UK, but we're seeing that you've been announced as one of the regional winners for the Vodacom Awards, you as well as two camera people, Bongumusa Mkhize and Nkanyiso Mdladlose. So, well done from the eNCA team. How do you feel?
Oh, is that the case? I haven't seen the news, but anyway, well done to hard-working camera colleagues. We work with a great team of camera colleagues behind the scenes. They are doing a great job. One of them is Joe Omane here in the UK. He's been tracking protesters throughout the day here at COP26. I can tell you that camera colleagues do a great job. So well done to everyone involved.
All right. Well done, guys. Thank you so much for that. Always typical of Siphamandla. He's giving praise to the camera people as well, who play a key role here in actually bringing you all of the visuals, especially when there's action in the field.